and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is day number 22, day 22 of VEDA, video every day in April. And today I'm going to bring you some tropes or some books that I was surprised that I actually enjoyed. So I am very open when it comes to reading outside of the romance genre, as well as reading different things within the different subgenres of romance. I'll try things at least once. There are some hard limits for me. So like if I find out that there is a content warning for something that is a hard limit of mine, then I probably won't pick up that book. But for the most part, for most of the books that I go into them without knowing too much about them. But if there is some hype around the book, if there is hype around the book, I do sometimes research them just to find out if it's going to be something that I'm going to enjoy or not. So here are 5 books. Well, not 5 books, 5 things that, I think it's 5, isn't it? 1. Ooh, it's only 4. Here are 5 books and series and things that I thought there was no way that I would enjoy them, but you know what? I surely did. So the first book I'm going to tell you guys about is Whispers in the Dark by Letitia Newton. And if you have watched my channel at all, you know that I absolutely loved this book. This is a dark, super dark, twisted, almost bordering on horror in some places. It's very graphic novel about 2 serial killers. And I would never have thought that I could love a serial killer romance. But this one right here, Letitia did something for me that I never thought could happen, because I absolutely loved this book right here. Next, I am going to talk about Fiercely Happy, a funny book about horrible things by Jenny Lawson. And if you don't know, this is a memoir / essays about Jenny Lawson's life with pictures and everything like that. I found this book on audiobook, and I was like, because I was doing challenges is when I found this book. And I was stepping outside of my comfort zone. I wasn't a big person to read nonfiction. And then this fell into my lap. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Enjoyed it so much that I went and I bought the hardback book of it so that I could have it in my possession, so that if I wanted to reread it again, I could, and then I could follow along and look at the pictures that go along with it, because there are pictures within the story that she talks about, and it would be a good reference. But I loved and enjoyed that she felt very relatable, and in her mental health struggles, in her life struggles, and in just in being herself and finding herself and things like that. I found that I could really relate to her. So there's that. Next book we're going to talk about this is actually the bundle up, but it is the Art of DNS trilogy by Ella Dominguez, and it contains submission, domination, and control. And this is a story, a BDSM story, and I found it and found this author. She fell into my lap when I was down my rabbit hole for BDSM and really researching, trying to find the best books to read for it. And I thought she did an amazing job at writing a sort of suspenseful, intriguing, sexy, and very much ingrained into the submission and domination and control of these two characters, their backstories, and I really loved this. And it really kind of cemented my enjoyment and love for the BDSM subgenre of romance. Next, this hair just doesn't want to, it wants to be all over my face. The next book I'm going to talk about. I actually have the ARC for it and the old cover. I don't have the new cover for it, but I never would have thought that I could enjoy a student falling in love with the teacher romance as much as I did in Her Perfect by Steffi Walls, because this is a story about something so much more than just the fact that the male character is the female character's teacher in high school. And because he happens to be a family friend. The age gap between the teacher and the student is only about 4, maybe 6 years. And they really have known each other for quite some time. And it kind of builds on a friendship before it actually turns into something more. I appreciated that Steffi handles the topic of student-teacher dating and relationships and things like that with care and with exploration, and I really just enjoyed it. There were some underlining other things that were going on in both of our characters' lives, and Steffi really kind of picked those apart and laid them at our feet as the reader so that you can really relate and empathize and sympathize and be with these characters throughout the journey of this story. And then finally, we are going to talk about a super dark series that I've actually stopped recommending to everyone. And I have to really, really, really know you. So this isn't really a recommendation. This is just a book series that I thought that I never would have thought that I would have loved as much as I do, and that is the Life of Anna series by Marissa Honeycutt. Like I said, it is super dark, super twisted. There are so many content warnings and trigger warnings and things that not everyone should read this series. Like, even people that I know that have dark hearts like mine and enjoy a dark romance find that they don't enjoy this series. I still enjoy this series, but I have known some people that have really, really dark hearts like mine that enjoy dark romance that don't like this series. And that's fine. They can have their reasons for that and everything like that. This series dug into my soul, even though the things that Anna ends up going through within the series, from the first page, oh my goodness, just the things that she is put through and she has to go through, the journey she ends up taking. She goes on a high, she goes on a low, things that she has to deal with. It took me, I want to say 4 and probably a half of this 5th book to finally start to see light from the darkness that Marissa takes us into. And I absolutely love this story. I am currently making my way back through it as a reread again, but I thoroughly really enjoy it, and I never thought that I could really love such a dark and twisted and crazy and gut-wrenching things happening to a fictional character that makes them feel so real. Like, oh my goodness. And like, lots of people are like, how can you like this series? It's because it's fictional, for one. But to have that feeling, that wow of darkness that you would hope that none of this stuff could ever be real. Oh my goodness. But for that to have that much of an impact for me, yeah, I mean, how could I not love this? But it is definitely not for everyone, but it was definitely for me. So there is that. Okay, so those were 5 books or series, books and then the series that I didn't think that I could absolutely love and enjoy, and but those books and those authors changed my mind on those topics. Yes, they did. So leave me some books that have changed your opinion about a trope, a subgenre, a genre in turn, something that you didn't think that you would enjoy, down in the comment section so that we can discuss, and maybe I'll pick up some of the books and see if they're for my taste as well, or outside of my comfort zone, what have you. But as always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. There is my Ko-fi, my PayPal, my Patreon, and all of my links down in the description box. Please use those. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in another video. If you come with me tonight.